Only three models, 1, 2, and 3. Very simple. This will just take you a few minutes. But what you really have to know is your notes to what is produced where. So when we start here, from here onwards, this is the oral cavity, capital A. Right? What are these?
Lips.
Lips. What are these?
Teeth.
The teeth. This is the
Palate.
palate, of which this is the
Hard.
hard. This is the
Soft.
soft. This is the tongue.
Tongue.
You with me? After the oral cavity, this part is the
Oropharynx.
oropharynx. Below that is the laryngopharynx.
Laryngopharynx.
And then air goes into the larynx. So we are done with that. So this epiglottis will prevent, this is the epiglottis, which will prevent the food from going into the larynx. So repeating, oral cavity, oropharynx, laryngopharynx. From the laryngopharynx, this becomes the esophagus. With me? So this is easy. But what you need to know is, if I put a sticker here, the pH of this area is, it's in your notes, 8. What makes the pH 8? Bicarbonate. Which enzyme is produced here? It's in your notes, amylase. What does it act on? Answer, polysaccharide, carbohydrate. What does it break it into? Answer, disaccharide. So the related question you need to know, which is in your notes. Esophagus, what enzyme is produced here? Answer, none. Does it produce mucus?
Yes.
Yes, which helps to lubricate the food. This is the stomach. So let's do the stomach on this one. The stomach has 3 parts. This part is the fundus, that is the body, this is the
Pylorus.
pylorus. The food coming from, this is the esophagus. The esophagus going into the stomach goes through this sphincter. What sphincter?
Esophageal something or another.
Gastroesophageal sphincter. Gastro stomach, esophagus, gastroesophageal. The food going down from here goes through this sphincter.
Pyloric.
Pyloric sphincter. With me? The wall of the stomach inside is thrown into folds. And these folds are called
Rugae.
rugae. Now inside this rugae are gastric glands in the crepts. So this is the gastric pit. They just shown one, but there are many. Now this part is easy, but what could be asked is the stomach glands produce the following except. So does it produce mucus?
Yes.
Does it produce a digestive enzyme called pepsinogen?
Yes.
Is pepsinogen active or inactive? Inactive.
Inactive.
It is activated by the hydrochloric acid to become active pepsin, which acts on protein, which converts it into amino acid. Does it produce hydrochloric acid?
Yes.
Which cell of the gastric gland? The parietal cell. And that parietal cell produces hydrochloric acid to make the pH of the stomach how much?
2.5.
2.5. Does it produce intrinsic factor?
Yes.
Yes. And what does help in the absorption of?
Vitamin B12.
Vitamin B12. From the stomach or from the small intestine?
Small intestine.
From the small intestine. With me? Then when you look at the stomach, it also has this curve, which is the lesser curvature, and this is the greater curvature. That's it. Stomach is done. Now from the stomach, it goes into the small intestine. But before we go to small intestine, this is the liver. Liver has 4 lobes. This is
Right.
right lobe,
Left.
left, the one next to the gallbladder. This one,
The
quadrate, Q.
Quadrate.
And this one, caudate,
Caudate.
C. So if you look at this one, right lobe, left lobe, Q, quadrate, and this is the C, caudate. So this is all left lobe, right lobe. This is the Q, quadrate, this is the C, caudate. This produces bile. And if you remember, you have to know that hexagonal structure thing. And after it comes out by means of, there's another diagram, Left hepatic duct, right hepatic duct, common hepatic duct, cystic duct, gallbladder, common bile duct. I'll ask you that on the diagram. I won't ask you here, but if you wanted to know, this is the left hepatic duct, this is the right hepatic duct, this is the common hepatic duct, this is the cystic duct, this is the gallbladder, and that's the common bile duct. But I won't ask you this here. I'll ask you in the diagram. What organ is this?
Gallbladder.
Now, can you see that this cystic duct is going down? Can you see a greenish here? Not cystic, common bile duct. This common bile duct is here also. Can you see the green thing?
Mm-hmm.
What organ is this? Pancreas. Which part of pancreas here? Head, body, and tail. With me? Can you see? Head, body, and tail on this side. What organ do you think this is? I haven't taught you this. Spleen. Now can you see the main pancreatic duct? Is this one below? The one that is below is the main. The one on the top is accessory. Do you see it?
Mm-hmm.
So this common bile duct will join the main to open right here. I didn't teach you that, but it's called the sphincter of Oddi, where it opens. Then this is the small intestine. All this is small. It has three parts. What is this first part? Duodenum. Now here it gets messed up, so we don't know. But for our exam point of view, we're going to call this side, the left side, second part, jejunum. And the right side, if I put ileum. So this one, the ileum is joining this part, the large intestine. So repeating, first part is duodenum, second part jejunum, and third part ileum. So that is easy, but what you really need to know is the brush powder of here produces the following enzymes except. What does it act on and what does it form? So that you have to memorize from the notes. Now this part of the large intestine is the cecum. What is that?
Appendix.
Appendix. So this is cecum. Now from here onwards, this is the ascending colon, transverse colon, descending colon, the one curving. Sigmoid, rectum, anal canal. So I'll repeat. Cecum, appendix, ascending colon, transverse colon, descending colon, sigmoid colon, rectum, anal canal. If you look at the large intestine, the longitudinal muscle is not all around. You can see it's collected into three bands. They show one, they show the other, but they don't show the third. The third is behind. But these three bands are referred to as the, what do they call it? Starts with the T. Tinea coli. And the tone of this tinea coli, because it does that, it puckers the wall into this. And these pocket-like sacs are called what? Haustra. That is it. So identification, easy. Everyone? Yes, no?
Mm-hmm.
But what you really have to study is your notes to see what's produced where, what does it act on, what does it lead to. That is it.